The latest jobs report shows a gain of 428,000 jobs to the economy. That was better than predicted. And for the third straight month in a row, women were hired at a faster clip. Let's head over to the business school at Pepperdine University for more on the workplace recovery. Joining us for that is Dr. Dana Sumpter, the Associate Professor of Organization Theory and Management. And what are some of the challenges as people are returning to the office, maybe from working remotely or just getting back into the workplace?
Yes, one of the big challenges that is emerging is scheduling. That when folks have to return to the office, reintroduce a commute, that disrupts the whole family schedule. And so that affects who does what around the house, does the kids pickups and drop-offs. So there's some stress associated with that. Another challenge is uncertainty, that there's continued uncertainty around childcare and schooling. When a child comes home sick for a little cold symptom, they end up being home for days until symptoms are gone and a negative COVID test. So this is different from how things used to be, and it completely disrupts work plans.
What are your tips for that transition back to the office?
Yeah, I think my first suggestion is to be very clear about your availability. We've all gotten used to kind of being very responsive and working not necessarily around the clock, but certainly more hours than we used to. And so now with the return back to the office, that means you need to be proactive in controlling what you want your work hours to be. And that means also letting others know when you'll be off the clock, because we need those boundaries around our responsiveness now to protect our well-being. I think also it's important to try to reclaim the joy of being back in person, right? Yes, there are some challenges to returning to the office, but this is the opportunity to reconnect with people. And so, feeling the energy of being around people again, relationship building, doing the innovation and collaboration in person, those are the things to take advantage of.
What can companies do to help with this transition?
Yeah, it's important for companies to, first of all, keep their fingers on the pulse of how their employees' reentry is going. That means listening, seeking feedback, and paying attention to how employees are doing as they reenter, because everyone's experience is likely going to be very different. And this also means that managers and leaders should pay attention to their employees' holistic needs. We can't just pay attention to what's happening at work. It has to be what's happening at the home, what's happening with the family, how are people's well-being doing. So that demonstration that employers care about employees holistically is so important. I think also that leaders could take the opportunity to talk up the positives of coming back. So it's less about forcing and mandates and more about attracting people back to the office, talking up how valuable it will be to collaborate in person again, and really setting up structured ways to make those interactions happen. And this will help folks feel more at ease with some of the trade-offs they need to back and returning to the office.
Well, thank you very much for your tips today.
Thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.